The burnt carpet story was like just very. It's just very weird incident, and we never thought that something like this would come out of it. So, and at this point, I'm like so happy that happened, right? So
it's all because of me and Harsh.
yeah, we.
Wow, look at them owning it.
Yeah, guys, this is all about you.
It's not about you guys.
Oh, guys, let's make this clear. Amit was a big hand. Amit had a big hand. So, on behalf of other friends too, who are not here today, I think we would like to wish them all the best.
I've been rooting for them to be together like for a very long time. So I'm so happy that this has happened.
Whenever you want to tell them your
Hashtag.
You can do the 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hashtag
Nirvana.
You're squeezing me.
She's not as weird as you think she is. She grows on you. She really does. Sometimes.
Like I would say Keertana is more smarter. But Nirav is more intelligent than her. He has more knowledge than her. But Keertana is more smarter. She can take quick decisions, which Nirav can't. So that makes them a better couple.
Well, as embarrassed as I am of her, I am quite proud of her. And yeah, things could have been worse.
Everybody thought last year Anushka, Priyanka, Deepika, all the celebrity weddings are done, right? No! My true celebrity's wedding is about to kick on! Come on, guys! Please! Come on stage! And just last thing, everybody knows that Keertana always defies natural laws. And she's good at electronics, right? But she proved that positive and positive can also get attracted.
अरे अभी अभी प्यारा सा चेहरा दिखा है जाने क्या कहूँ उस पे क्या लिखा है
I did not expect my mom to be dancing around with garba as much as she has now. She was way more into it than I thought she was going to be, which is absolutely great.
क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर ऐ दिल तू बता रे हाय थे धागे पर पाजी निकला ये हमसे आगे हुआ क्या है हमको इत पल ये दौड़े उत पल ये भागे हो नहीं हो जाए तब नैना जागे हुआ ये है समझो नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर नैना दा क्या कसूर वे कसूर वे कसूर ऐ दिल तू बता रे
Talk to Nirav about his entire life from when the day he was born. And Keertana can probably list out all of Nirav's friends and where they live right now. Probably. Maybe. Nirav, on the other hand, can tell you what a proper creme brulee tastes like and how it should break.
I did not even think I would actually find a guy who I thought I would be so happy to get married to. Honestly, I think that's the biggest surprise for me in this entire wedding.
The best part about them is how strong individuals are independent of each other. But when they come together, it's so much better to see it. Like when you see them talk to each other and how they just understand each other's interests so much more. So I feel like you can rely on either one of them, but together it's very nice to be a friend to both of them.
1, 2, 3.
जोकर जो मेकअप लगाया था
आता ब्रश करायचे तू यार अरे अजू थोडं पुढे मागे बाकी दाखव
Bengali bride looks shocking.
નિવાન બી કરી નાખ્યા પછી
चोगाड़ा तारा चबिला तारा रंगीला तारा रंग वेरू जुए तारी वाट रे चोगाड़ा तारा ओरे चबिला तारा ओरे रंगीला तारा रंग वेरू जुए तारी वाट जो મળે તારો સાથ તો ભૂલું બધી વાત પ્રેમની આ મૌસમ છે तुम आओ मेरे पास रह जाओ मेरे साथ प्रेमनी आ मौसम छे
I found her to be very driven and independent.
I think my favorite thing about him is he lets me be. I think giving the other person space and at the same time being there for the other person, I think it's a very fine balance and not many people get it right. And that too, I'm a person who really needs her space when required, and sometimes it can be taken as like aloofness, and I feel like he's a person who gets that balance and he's the same kind, and I think that's the quality about him I love the most and makes me super comfortable with him.
As two very unique and independent individuals, without losing their independence, they can still depend on each other without like completely like losing their independence, which is not something which is like people generally don't accept it or think that's not the case like in a marriage or in a relationship. But I think they are the prime example of how that is the case, and you can see when you talk to them and when you interact with them how their uniqueness still stands out.
Toi c'est amour, toi c'est une voix, toi c'est tes yeux, et c'est ma joie.
Sajna, sajna, oh yaad na.
Si beau, toi c'est pour moi, toi c'est bien là, et je n'y crois. Toi c'est soleil, 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 soleil de chaque instant. Toi c'est soleil, 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 soleil.
I honestly did not know how I ended up liking him, but I just knew that I did, and I was just like, okay, I pretty much, I spent a big chunk of my time with him. I think eventually made me realize that I like him.
As crazy as my sister is, he puts up with it, but he manages it quite well, and I'm very impressed. It is surprising on so many levels.
I do love him very, very much, and I hope that, you know, we still stay the same, where we can just be frank with each other, just, I don't know, just be with each other and not, we hope that, you know, we create a combined world together in which we can get absorbed in it together, and I just hope that this is just how it is the rest of our lives, and I hope he doesn't change. He better not lose his patience in the future. Like, I think that's the biggest strength quality. So, yeah.
सारा जग छड़ के बस तैनू ही है चुने, बस तैनू ही है चुने। लख के आ दिल नू पर फिर भी है अड़िया।
हमारी साइड पे है।
I really think I got lucky with his family. I just think that he has a really nice family, and I'm not just like happy to get married to him. I'm actually happy to get married into his family.
I think it just comes through generations. I think like I've just seen my parents, both sides, my dad's family, my mom's family, just live that way.
I've never seen something so genuine between people, and I think I'm still surprised every single day. I mean, there's a kid in their family who's super close to his great grandfather. I mean, like I did know my great grandfather, but you know, I obviously did not know him that well. So the fact that, you know, they all can still keep in touch on like so many layers is, I think, quite an achievement in itself.
I think having a supportive family and like a cohesive family gives you the ability to like do things you're otherwise not comfortable doing, and I think you value your relationships a little more.
You can think of it as a promise to her parents or her, or even a promise to myself, is to make sure that, you know, like I try to keep our relationship comfortable and happy.
sada nannu nadipe nee chalime pudare niliche prati manupu ikapai swagatame na pere piliche ide korukunna ide korukunna.
Okay, so now we expect that you treat our daughter the same way that we treated, and you are promising us that you are always going to be there by the side of her and will take care of her all the time, and also make sure that whatever she wants, you are promising that you will give it, and if you can't, you will still do it, and you are promising that. So finally, the way we took care of our daughter, we are hoping and expecting and wishing that you take care of my daughter the same way. And you promise. That's it.
ప్రాణం సుమించదాని కోసమై కాలం నటించదానితో జతే గమనించేలోగా గమకించే రాగాన ఏదో వీణ లోన మోగేనా కాలం నటించదానితో జతే ప్రాణం సుమించదాని కోసమై కాలం నటించదానితో జతే.
Yeah, basically there's a competition between Brahma and Saraswati.
Oh my God! Already
You can't hold my hand. I think weddings have traditionally been a big thing in our culture, and more than anything else, I personally see it as a celebration. You don't really get such occasions that often.
I think the biggest thanks I have to tell them is to put up with all my ridiculous requests for, I say I want this kind of decor, I want these kind of clothes, and I just don't want anyone else's opinion. I think, usually my dad is anyway like, okay, you do whatever, it's less work for me to decide. But I think my mom also has like strong opinions on things. She also is very intense like me, she likes certain things. But she actually let me have things my way. And I think I'm definitely very grateful.
Pretty much all my family, everybody who has traveled from Ahmedabad with us here, they found the venue and the decor, like the taste kind of felt like it was Keertana who did put a lot of effort into it. So I'm definitely very thankful for her. I contributed, I'll admit, less than 1% to this entire arrangement.
So yeah, that's what I'm there for, to make things legal and I can actually take things off his plate.
Surprising her is hard.
Well,
have fun, guys.
Yeah.
And now we are tired too.
Have a wonderful weekend. We need some rest.
Then we love her. And then Neerav's got to be patient.
And you better not lose that.
Love you guys! There's no coordination. Okay, let's take it. Roll two.
Wait, was that the question? I don't even know where I was heading with it.